Hey, it's Farren, it's like Karen, and I'm the cardstock creative behind Farren Celeste. I show you how to make cardstock projects with your cutting machine using my SVG files. In this video, I'm going to show you how to assemble my paper Juliet Roses. I cut the petals and leaves for my roses using my Juliet Rose SVG file. I've linked it below in the video description. An SVG file is a digital cutting template that you can use with your Cricut or Silhouette cutting machine. If you need help on how to use the SVG file in Cricut Design Space or Silhouette Studio, I've made separate tutorials that show you how step by step, so definitely go look at those. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start by assembling our inner petals. So you take the smallest petal from one of the stacks and glue it at the very bottom. Then take the next size petal from that same stack and glue it to the back of your smallest petal, and then fold it like a taco. Repeat this process until you have all 4 petals glued together. Then you want to bend your petals in different directions to give them a little extra shape. Repeat these steps until all 5 sets of your inner petals are glued together. To shape your medium petal, you're going to put glue on one bottom tab and then cross the other tab over to glue it on top, and that'll create a rounded shape in the petal. So it's like you're folding the legs and gluing them on top of each other. Now we're going to shape the base petals. I like to curl each petal inward using a bone folder. If you don't have a bone folder, you could use a pair of scissors to curl the petals. Then there's 2 tabs on each petal of the base petal, and you'll just glue those tabs inward. And this will help keep the base petals upright and kind of rounded inwards. And then glue the tabs inward on the second base petal as well. To glue our inner petals together, you're going to take the outermost petal on each inner petal and glue it together like they're holding hands. Then glue the petals on each end into a star shape by making them hold hands and gluing their most outer petals together. Then glue your medium petals around your star shape. I'm going to be making my roses with stems, so I'm taking a piece of floral wire. I'm using an 18 gauge floral wire, and I'm just bending one end of it with pliers so that way I can glue it to the base petal. If you don't want to make your flowers with stems, all you have to do is glue your cluster of inner petals to your base petals. Then you want to put your second base petal on the stem and just offset it so that there's no gaps between the petals, and then just glue the base petals together. Then glue your cluster of inner petals onto your base petal to cover up where the base petals are overlapping and where your floral wire is. To shape my leaf, I'm going to fold it down the score line and then curl the edge of it with the bone folder. Again, you can use a pair of scissors if you don't have a bone folder. And then just shape the edges of my little base leaf. You can kind of shape them in different directions if you want. You can get creative. And then I'm going to put my floral wire stem through the hole of the base leaf, and then glue that base leaf to the base of the rose. Then I'm going to take a thinner piece of floral wire. This one is a 20 or 22 gauge floral wire. And then I'm going to glue it to the tab on the leaf. I kind of like to pinch that tab around the floral wire. And then I'm just going to wrap it around the tab so it covers up where it's attached to the wire. And then just wrap that floral tape down the little stem. And then I'm going to wrap the stem of the rose in floral tape. Floral tape sticks to itself, so as you wrap it, you want to make sure to overlap it so that way it sticks onto your stem. And then when you get a little bit about down the stem a little bit, then you'll just line up your leaf stem and use that same piece of floral tape to connect them together on the larger stem. And then you'll just wrap all the way down the stem. If you enjoyed making these roses, please give this video a like, and while you're around, subscribe to my channel for even more cardstock projects you can make with your cutting machine.